Rev. Ew.
Oh, hey, g'day again, kids. A few years ago, I had an ant invasion going on in the kitchen that drove me even further up the wall, if such a thing is possible. It was only about 20 or 30 ants sneaking in a day, but at the time I thought there couldn't be anything worse. But now I've seen the hive, and it doesn't get much worse than that. Let's check it out. We start off with something falling from the sky, so straight away we know it's the aliens. Good one, guys. I'm glad you got that alien plot reveal out of the way early instead of doing an Indiana Jones the Alien Cranium. We cut to a house in the jungle with a mother and a baby, and don't get too attached to either character, kids. The makers chickened out and didn't show us the baby being eaten on screen, but they did throw in a little scene of its eye being chewed at by an ant, so I'll forgive them. Our heroes eventually arrive and get straight into the action. I'm not sure if the nuclear accelerators were licensed or unlicensed, but I do know that if Rico and the guys in Starship Troopers had them, they would have ended the bug war in a week. And saved us all from the unspeakable horror of Starship Troopers 2. Two of our guys go into the jungle, and you remember that water creature scene in the abyss? That. But with ants. And not as friendly. The ants drop a branch and about a couple of million of their guys on our heroes, and oh no, one of them has a hole in his suit! The Hive came out earlier in the same year as the Doctor Who episodes Silence in the Library and Forest of the Dead, which is a bit of a shame, because if they saw that I thought they might have thrown in a nice little Vashta Nerada reference here. The guy gets one hand in his ear, which through the rest of the movie doesn't seem to have much of an impact on the plot. For those of you that are into spotting continuity errors, I just adjusted my mask. Let's go back to those nuclear accelerators or whatever they are for a second. Our main guy stands and blasts the ants off his mate, and how does that work exactly? I mean, apart from because. In Ghostbusters, the proton packs were designed to get ghosts, but they still managed to do a fair amount of damage to physical objects. In the Hive, whatever their system is, it just targets the ants. But I guess between Ghostbusters and the Hive, there's been 24 years of development on the technology, so whatever. At the 20-minute mark, we have a "this house is clean" dinner, so you know the movie is unfortunately not over yet. Something plot something ant something plot something ant something. At around the 50-minute mark, our guy and girl heroes rescue a girl and escape in a small boat until the ants pull them back in. Channeling my inner Al Pacino. The ants part, inviting our friends to the nest, and in the nest is
this is a computer?
An ant computer. An ant computer. This is brilliant! Who comes up with this? I had to run to IMDb and find out. The Hive was written by T.S. Cook. Now, Tom has 22 IMDb credits, mostly for TV movies, a few TV episodes, that sort of thing. But in 1979, Tom was one of 3 writers on some little-known indie flick called The China Syndrome. So yeah, kids, the next time you start thinking about exactly where your life is going, just remember Tom Cook. He went from being one of the writers on The China Syndrome at 32 to writing The Hive at 61. And now that educational segment is over, where was I? Oh yes, the ant's nest. Our guys are sent further into Antpropolis. Our ants can glow in the dark to make images because reasons, and they tell our guys that they want the whole island. When they get back and relay this news, we are treated to one of the most inspiring moments ever in cinema. Forget about Rocky at the end of Rocky 2. You're Indian! I did it! Forget about President Bill Pullman. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day. Check this out!
No, we are not going to negotiate with ants.
We are not going to negotiate with ants. Wow! Forget about the China syndrome. Tom really did save his best until almost last. Now, we are not going to negotiate with ants. Would have really stood through the ages as an immortal line if he didn't ask what the doctor advised 8 seconds later. And just over a minute later, he's going to let them negotiate to give the ants just under half the island. They go back to the cave and start negotiating, but they've got Ant in head guy with them and he's got a bomb strapped to his chest. The ants grab our guys and form into a giant ant because it looks cool. But our guys have a tube of something, ant juice, something, and they throw it and they get out of the cave. And former ant in head guy is just mostly dead, so he walks out of the cave as well. When he is rejoined by the regrouped giant ant, the bomb goes off and the humans are saved! Now kids, the important lesson here is that we never negotiate with the bad guys, we just bomb them. And the alien that was behind it all just flies off and goes to Dagobah, Skaro, wherever. Our guys report what's happened and we get the best news of all.
Because nobody can explain what has happened here. Nothing has happened here. Do you understand?
Because nobody can explain what has happened here. Nothing has happened here. This movie doesn't exist. Yes! We finish off with a very nice little Luke and Leia moment that is sort of ruined by not having the ghosts of all the dead people standing there smiling at them. And they all lived happily ever after until they zoom back to the cave where the ants have another bigger computer and they're probably plotting something to come back and destroy humanity. But thankfully there won't be a sequel, so we don't have to think about that. So that's the Hive. Kids, this may be the first and last time I ever say this about a movie. It could have done without the alien. Either have the alien in there as a final boss battle or just forget about it, guys. I would have preferred to just have the ants attacking because reasons than because alien. And Hitchcock didn't need an alien in the birds, apart from Tippi Hedren. And they could have done so much more with that ant in the guy's head. It could have been making him spy on them for their ants, or making him kill team members for the ants, or whatever. Unless, the only thing I can think of is unless that ant was a Luke Skywalker rebel and he used the guy to strap the bomb to his chest to blow up the Death Star ant alien thing. Am I being maybe a bit hypocritical by saying they could have gotten by on no particular reason for it with the alien but not with the ant in the guy's head? Yeah, well, maybe, but hey, it's my video, I can change the rules if I want to. So, on the RevEwwEr scale, I've got to admit, kids, I was very close to giving this an But I'm not a fan of ants, so I did enjoy the scenes of them getting blasted, and the stupidness of the computer in the Hive just managed to give this movie a So that's it again, kids. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time when the truth will be RevEwwEr.
No, we are not going to negotiate with ants.
My acting career is over.
Okay, it's the end of the movie, and I've accepted that it's the end of my acting career as well.
Nah, not me, dude. I think I'm gonna need a bit of time here.
Ow!
Our career as dodgy CGI has been exterminated. Exterminated!